Hello, class. We're now on Module 6, Product Concepts, Branding, and Packaging. What is a product? So a product can be a good, a service, or an idea received in an exchange. It includes functional, social, and psychological benefits. A good is a tangible physical entity. A physical product you can touch, hold, or store has a physical form that exists before purchase. So your iPhone, your shoes, shampoo, food, intangible human mechanical effort cannot be touched or stored, produced and consumed simultaneously, highly variable in quality. So as they have examples here, haircut, Spotify, or car wash. An idea could be a concept, philosophy, or issue. A belief, cause, or message marketed to change attitudes or behaviors in society. An anti-smoking campaign, or PETA ads. There are also product layers. So layer 1 is your core product, the main benefit the buyer actually needs, the reason the product exists, what problem does it solve. Added value perks. These are the extras that differentiate the brand but are not required to fulfill the core need. Builds competitive edge, so hotel Wi-Fi, phone warranty, or free returns. Layer 3 is your symbolic experiential, emotional meaning and status, the image, prestige, or identity customers attach to the product, often the most powerful purchase driver. So a Rolex equals success or Tesla innovation. You don't buy perfume, you buy confidence. You don't buy Nike shoes, you buy the feeling of being an athlete. How consumer products are classified. Products are classified how consumers shop for them, not what they are. So you have your convenience products. These are inexpensive items purchased frequently with minimal planning or comparison, widely available. Consumers just grab them. And there's some examples there, and you can come up with examples of your own. This is low effort. Shopping products are purchased less frequently. Buyers actively compare price, quality, and features before deciding. Higher involvement purchase. So as you can see, computers can be here, right here on this one, microwave and furniture. Specialty products are unique items that buyers go out of their way to get. Strong brand insistence, substitutes are unacceptable. Price is secondary. So think of your Louis Vuitton bags, your BMWs. They have a tag, your watch, or a wedding dress, of course. Then there's the unsought products. Buyers are unaware or uninterested until a specific need arises, requires aggressive promotion to trigger purchase. Life insurance, towing services, or coffins. And these are need-driven. Is a BMW a shopping or specialty product? If you thought that it's either or both, you're right, because it depends on the buyer, and always context matters. How business products are classified. Business products are classified by their characteristics and intended use in operations. Installations, major facilities, and non-profit equipment. Non-portable, Major facilities and non-portable equipment. Factories, heavy machinery, and these are the largest, most expensive B2B purchases. So trucks that may be needed for Edison to use for their engineers to go out onto calls. Accessory equipment used in production office but not part of the final product. Printers, forklifts, laptops. Then we have our raw materials, component parts, tires on a car, chips in a phone, processed materials used in production but not identifiable in final product, adhesives, industrial chemicals, MRO supplies, maintenance, repair, and operating items supporting production. So the cleaning supplies that they need, light bulbs, business services, intangible products organizations use in operations. This is your departments that you work in the business that you work in. Your legal team, your accounting team, your IT support, your human resources team. Memory tip, ask yourself, does it become the product, support the product, or help run the business? Product, item, line, and mix. What is the difference? Product item. This is one specific unique version of a product. So Tide Original Liquid Detergent. Product line, a group of the closely related product items marketed as a unit. All Tide detergent varieties, one product line. So Tide and all of the either softeners, dryer sheets. Product mix is all product lines and company offers combined. Everything P&G makes and sells globally. P&G is Procter and Gamble. So a real world example is here. They put all the product item, line, and mix in different categories. So Tide can be in the same category as other laundry detergents, but not only does P&G do laundry detergent, they do hair care, oral care, skin care, and baby products. A wide product mix reaches more customer segments. A deep product mix offers more variety per category. P&G does both. And this is a very large business. There are 4 stages of the product life cycle. Every product moves through these stages, and the marketing strategy must evolve with it. So the first stage is your introduction. Sales are at 0, profits are negative, and heavy promotion is used to build awareness. The second step is growth. Sales rises rapidly, profits peak, then fall as competitors enter. Distribution expands. Maturity is where sales level off or decline, intense competition, and high buyer knowledge. Profits fall further. Number 4 is the decline. Sales fall rapidly, new technology or substitutes emerge, promotions are cut, niche or eliminated. So great marketing can extend the maturity stage for years. Not all products have to reach decline. Keep that in mind. Not all products have to reach decline. So, for example, Tesla, when it was introduced, it was very popular. It stayed in the growth stage for a while. It reached maturity, but it hasn't declined. But even though there are other electric self-driving cars out there. How do buyers adopt new products? Consumers move through 5 stages before becoming loyal buyers, and they do it at different speeds. So there's the brand awareness. Buyer learns the product exists through ads, social media, or word of mouth. Then they have an interest. They seek more information, open to learning about it. They evaluate it. They weigh the benefits and versus the competition's benefits. Is this worth trying? Trial. They test the product through samples, free trials, or demos. Then there's the adoption. The buyer purchases and plans to use again whenever the need arises. They have 5 adopter categories. We have the innovators, which are the ones that are first in. Early adopters, they are careful choosers. They're influencers and opinion leaders. Early majority, they adopt just before the average person. Late majority, they're skeptical and adopt only when they feel they must. And then there's the laggards that they're the last to adopt, distrust change and new products. Marketers incite target innovators and early adopters at launch. They test, validate, and influence the early and late majority, win them first. Knowledge check, product life cycle activity. This is 2 points, extra credit, where this activity, you're going to let me know where each of these products are in their product life cycle. You're going to create 3 columns, and you can include where all of these products are at in their product life cycle. Do people buy products or do they buy the idea of the product? Think of a brand you love. Are you buying what it does or what it means? You do not have to talk about this to another classmate. You can email me this. You're going to say knowledge check, product lifecycle activity, and if you complete it, I will review it and you may receive 2 points extra credit. What is branding and why does it matter? A brand is more than a logo. It is a promise to the customer. A brand is a name, term, design, symbol, or feature that identifies one seller's product as distinct from others. The total identity that makes a product recognizable and meaningful in the marketplace. A brand name, the part of the brand that can be spoken, letters, words, and numbers. Brand mark, the part of a brand that is not words, a symbol, or visual design that is recognizable but not speakable. Trademark, legal designation of exclusive use of a brand or brand element registered with the USPTO. And then brand equity, the value of a brand as perceived by customers, built on 4 key pillars: brand awareness, brand loyalty, perceived quality, and associations. There are 3 degrees of brand loyalty: recognition, preference, and existence. Apple brand value exceeds $500 billion. Brand equity is a real, measurable competitive weapon that commands premium pricing and fierce consumer loyalty. Types of brands and branding strategies. There's the manufacturer brand, which is owned and controlled by the product's maker, reflects the producer's identity and reputation. Then there's the private distributor brands owned by the reseller, not the maker, often cheaper than manufacturer brands. Then there's the generic brands, indicate only the product category, no brand identity, minimal packaging, and the lowest price. There is individual branding, which each product gets its own unique brand name. One product's failure doesn't damage the others. There's family branding. All products share one master brand name and saves promotion costs and leverages existing recognition. Brand extension, an existing brand name is applied to a new product category, reducing launch risk. Co-branding, two established brands collaborate on a joint product, combining their audience and credibility. And then brand licensing is a company grants another the legal right to use its brand in exchange for a royalty fee of a certain percentage. This is not the two-point extra credit, but just think about this question. What product lines carry the Disney name? What is Disney actually selling? A product or a feeling? Packaging and labeling is more than just a box. Packaging, what does it do? It protects, it helps to send the product or deliver the product conveniently, and then it promotes the product. You have some key considerations: cost, regulations, brand consistency, retailer needs, and environmental responsibility. Strategic packaging uses: altered design, secondary use, category consistent, innovative, multiple packages, and handling improved. There's some real examples down here. We have Heinz, Pringles, and Gatorade. What is labeling? What goes on a label? Identity info, nutritional and safety information, usage instructions, and manufacturer information. Federal regulations require that you have garment labels, Nutrition Labeling Act of 1990, and then the FTC Made in USA. Why does labeling matter? It informs buyers so they can make confident purchasing decisions, promotes the brand and reinforces product positioning at shelf, and protects the company legally from liability and regulatory violations. Should generically modified salmon be labeled as such, even if it appears safe to eat? Does labeling unfairly imply danger, or do consumers have a right to know? That's something you can think about yourself. Is it okay for them to just disregard putting on the nutritional and safety labeling just so that they can market a product? Or is it good that they put those things on there? What are your thoughts? And there's no right or wrong answer. This is not a 2-point extra credit assignment. Keep all of these items on mind for the quiz. Product concepts, branding, and packaging. All of these should be at the top of your mind when you're going to take the quiz. And these questions about these will be on the quiz. If you have any questions on Module 6 or any other module, please feel free to reach out to me. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening.